So it's time to update the WvW tier list. It's one of the most popular videos on my YouTube channel. Everyone loves tier lists. I get a lot of views on that for some reason, like 9,000 views. So we're going to do another one. But this time, well, this time is a little bit different because the game has changed somewhat. The game has changed. We said it would change. We said it was coming. I told you it was coming. The changes were happening. And it came. We are now in a strip and pull meta. But there could be another shift soon in the meta, depending on how many people in the WoW vs. World community grasp the changes or acknowledge maybe that they could try some other new stuff. But we haven't seen this type of change in WoW vs. World since 8 years ago, 7 years ago. We haven't seen a meta quite like it. What is the meta, guys? It's CONDI. CONDI is back, boys. I created a new tier list, and you're going to be wondering what the fuck is going on with these colors. Well, let me just explain to you. Blue is healing, the pink is Selly, the red is power. That is the tier list. Where's all the other classes? Where's ranger and shit? Well, I'm not going to go through all of the classes in the fucking video game because it would take way too long. I want to make it nice and short, but this is going to be a large scale meta. They support Vindi, support Scrapper, support Guardian, Firebrand, support Chrono, support Scourge, support Tempest. Then you have Selly Firebrand, Selly Renegade, Selly Scourge, Selly Reaper, Selly Spellbreaker. Then you have Power Vindi, Power Virtuoso, Power Tempest, Power DH, Power Berserker, and Power Hollow. Tier list. All right, as usual, we've got S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, D tier. I'm not going to go through all of the classes, and we're going to talk about the meta, what is coming. It isn't the meta right now, but there's a lot of decent guilds running this, and they're performing pretty well as well. They're fighting double numbers. They're doing pretty well for very little effort. People just randomly dying to CONDIs. What do we start with? I guess we start from left to right. Support, Ventari, Alliance, Vindicator. It is S tier. Okay? Out of all of the support classes, it has the best survivability amongst all the dedicated healers due to the evades, the access to resistance and low CD stun breaks, traits which allow it to survive, and its instant cast tome usage means you can prioritize dodging while supporting. It is S tier, 100% S tier. It's a mobile Ventari tablet, peeling for allies, off the stack, on the stack. It has access to area of effects, stun breaks, and resistance for your team. It is insane, guys. Insane. The only con with this is you got to buy expansion to play it, boys. Actually, there's another con. It actually has lower cleanse compared to the other supports, but it is still, it has to be played. You don't have to play it in every party, but it has to be played, though. You have to play a few of these. It stands out as a top choice for large scale. It's unmatched survivability and utility. It has extra evades, low cooldown stun breaks. It can withstand enemy pressure. Under pressure, it can perform, whereas other support classes cannot perform under pressure. It has mobility.
Old man, I don't got all day.
It has, compared to the other supports, it has lower cleanse, but overall, the kit makes it a cornerstone S tier support class in WoW vs. World meta, regardless of power or CONDI meta. Okay, so there we go. That's the first one. Second one, support Scrapper. All right, support Scrapper. Where are you putting this? I think support Scrapper is S tier as well. I think it has a great kit, and I think you don't play it in every single party, but you need some of these. No, you need some of these, Kim, because the CONDIs is coming, and you need more cleanse in the squad. Okay, I think it's S tier. Barrier is great. It lasts a decent amount of time. Barrier lasts a long time. You could play less barrier on the build, but you can play more barrier. It's proactive, and it's sometimes easier to play than being reactive. Some guy with slow reactions, like me or somebody else, whatever, it's gonna be hard to perform on Vindi because you have to react and heal people when they take damage and to get the most value. With barrier, you can give it before they take damage, which means that you can then not have to react to someone being out of the thing. But anyway, look, listen. Scrapper definitely has cons, okay? But this Scrapper has decent boons, okay? You can drop some boons to get more barrier as well. Like, this is flexible. I like this class. Scrapper is flexible. I think Heal Vindi, you're not really as flexible. I think maybe you can use some different weapons. There's some definitely choices on weapons. But when it comes to Scrapper, I think there's traits and weapons like flexibility. It has the best cleanse out of all the dedicated supports. Maybe close to, if not just slightly under Druid, but it has like nearly the best, right? It does double cleanse of a Vindi. Like, it's crazy. And yeah, okay, the heal per second is lower on Scrapper than Vindy, but remember the barrier as well, okay? Now think about other things as well, like this. You can place pulsing fields down, which means you can get on and do more things, right? So you're not having to, wait. You can pulse cleanse, pulse cleanse, pulse cleanse. Is it as bursty cleanse as some classes? I mean, F1 does pretty good cleanse on yourself. You can give protection, and you can cleanse. Your traits give cleanse. Like, there's a lot of cleansing on this. Like, it's crazy. It has access to poison for downstates to prevent enemy rezzing. You can bring super speed. You can bring stealth. It has a auto trait blind, which will drop a smoke field. You can blast and interact and make more stealth. Stealth is very, very strong. Super speed can be very, very strong. The cons, low survivability. It actually, do you know what? Shit, do you know what? It could be S tier in someone's hands compared to Vindy. Someone that plays bad Vindy, they're going to be like, boom, boom, boom. It drops all the way down. But, like, if we're talking about, like, maybe it's just easier to play. Not the easiest support to play. I'm going to put it S tier. I'm going to leave it S tier. But you know what? It has really low survivability because it lacks evades, blocks, stability, and stun breaks.
Bomb these nuts stare.
It has a stun break on Tour Belt skill, and it's a high CD. Compare that with Vindy, Heal Vindy. It's not comparable. Heal Vindy is a little bit prone to dying during its Venturi tablet though, because it has no stun break. So yeah, I think both S tier. Honestly though, I think both S. It's not easy to play. It has very low heals. It's not bursty heal. That's another con. It's not easy to play. Yeah, there's a lot of combo field, blasting. It can be tricky. Positioning as well. I'm going to put it A tier. I'm going to put it A tier. It's a bit tricky. Positioning wise, you've got a position, you've got animations you're locked into, and you've got animations you've gotten locked into, and you can't dodge. You're using med kit. You got to blast that. You're not dodging. You've got a elixir gun 3, you're spraying and praying, you're turning around, you got a med kit 1-1-1-1, you got to face towards some mother sucker. Yeah, it's not easy to play. To get the max out of the class, it can be tricky, and in tricky situations under pressure, these hard and long animation locks can put you in danger. So I'm going to leave it an A actually. I'm going to put it in A. But you bring it definitely because of the cleanses.
Turn it back to tire.
No. I think it's A. Sports Scrapper, it brings unique utility to World vs. World. Emphasis on barrier application if you're using those traits. Boon support. I mean, it gives Fury and Might with, or it can give barrier. It has great cleanse capabilities. It's proactive gameplay style. It's pretty good, but the double cleanse value, insane. However, just the lack of evades, blocks, stun breaks, it just makes it vulnerable under pressure. Requires precision, positioning, and awareness.
Scrapper is tire me tag.
It's a niche support compared to Heal Vindy, and it brings a kit. It does bring a kit though. Okay, support Firebrand. What do we think to Firebrand? Support Firebrand.
Oh.
A? S? Okay, well, we're talking about here not what the meta is right now in terms of like the majority of the World vs. World community is playing it. They're not playing it. Okay, because this would probably be S tier because everyone plays it, right? But I think the Firebrand is actually A, bro. Because there's a better class to play, and it's called Sally Firebrand, boys. We're going to talk about Sally Firebrand. Yeah, I think Sally Firebrand's S tier, boys. You ready for this? Okay, here we go. Okay, it's heavy armor. So that's a plus already. It's heavy armor. So it's S tier almost, like just because of that. It has access to stun breaks. It has stability amongst other boons. It can give quickness, okay, with traits. It provides a plethora of boons, okay? Stability and stun break. It's hybrid DPS support. Who doesn't want to be DPSing and supporting at the same time? It has pretty good might, sure. It has moderate survivability compared to other specs and builds, but I think it's pumping when it comes to the main source of bursty damage right now. In large scale, I can see this being meta. It's not right now, but I see it coming, boys. It's like the Renegade strips coming, boys. When I told you it was coming, and it came. I'm like fucking Mystic Meg. You don't know who Mystic Meg is. I'm a clairvoyant, boys. I can see into the future. This is coming, boys. I told you Sally Fireman was good for months and months and months. And now we're actually fucking pumping, boys. Now we're seeing it more and more and more. So it's going to be meta soon. I think if you don't have a decent party and you're struggling to survive, you just play the classic firebrand, heal, right? But if you're gaming and your party's gaming, bro, and you want to do some damage, your team lacks damage, you know what? Sally Firebrand it is. It's pretty fucking good. Moderate survivability compared to other classes, making it somewhat less resilient in prolonged engagements. It might not be a thing that you play in like keep fights, but we're talking about open field fights, really. This is a World vs. World large scale fight tier list, not a World vs. World fighting a season tier 3 keep list. But you might want to play just normal firebrand if you're outnumbered and you are playing in a keep and there's lots of siege. It might not be healy enough and strong enough to survive. It brings a unique blend of offense and support for World vs. World. It's a versatile option. It's decent. It's very good. It's S tier. It's not niche. It's played in every party, boys. You got to play this in every party almost. It's very, very strong. Okay, next is, I tell you what, we do the niche one next, support Chrono. Now, Chrono got nerfed, and no longer I feel like you play this in every party. People keep saying, you need more Chrono, you need more Chrono. I don't agree. I really don't agree. I think Chrono's S tier, but it isn't that. It's not like S tier for a reason, because you wouldn't want to play too many of them. I would say you'd only play 1 or 2. So therefore, I would put it in A, and I'd say it was, I think it's S tier in what it does, but because it's not played in every party, then like you would want to play these like a lot of these, whereas these you would only play like a few of them. I think, well, maybe I'd leave it S tier. Fuck it, I'll leave it S tier. You know what? I'm gonna leave it S tier, even though you only play like 1 or 2. It's still fucking S tier. It has incredible survivability. It is insanely tanky with access to with extra evade on sword 2. It has distortion in vulnerability. It has instant cast shadows with boons. It has low CD stun breaks. It has fucking resistance on glamours. It has resistance on F4 if you trade it. It has insane boon for allies. It has crazy uptime of boons. It has stun break to allies with F4. It has the ability to revive people from range. You can even feedback res. It has crazy good crowd control in this strip and pull meta. The focus pull is godlike. The Mob sword is fucking godlike. The barrier is actually insane with rifle and flock relic. Rifle and flock relic, it's just so good. It's now you can easy pop rifle 2 and get a clone and do wombo combo. It offers mass stealth with veil. How could it not be S tier, bro? Okay, the cons. It's a little bit tricky to play because of continuum split. It requires precise timing and some coordination. It's niche. It isn't really pumping out the heals. It isn't really cleansing crazy like Scrapper. So, yeah, it has some cons, but the stuff that it does bring is just... It's Chrono, bro. It's just the typical Chrono. Unparalleled survivability and support for World vs. World. It just brings so much unique utility. It's just, you got to play it. 1 or 2 in a 50-man. 2 in a 50-man, I think. Right, what's next? Support Scourge? B tier. A tier? I'd say B. Was S tier? B tier. The replacement for it? S tier, Selly, Scourge. This is it, boys. Selly, Scourge, boys. Scourge is not dead. Selly, Scourge is alive. Because of the CONDI meta that's coming, Selly, Firebrand, we gotta get more. We gotta get more strips because of that's the way it is, boys. Strips, and we gotta get more CONDI cover for that extra, to cover all the Amoeb and cover all the other damaging CONDIs.
Celestial is going to be Styre.
Yeah, it's a hybrid DPS support role now. It's S tier Celestial Scourge. It's coming, but it's got CONDI damage. You still have transfusion signets. You still have boon strip. You still have the cleanse on barrier. You have access to crowd control with the Greatsword pull. Fear and cripple can be fucking super annoying in this CONDI meta. You have boon corruption. You have enhanced conditioned coverage for the CONDI group composition. It has insane AoE skills as usual, as expected. Breach, Nightfall, Well of Corruption. Like, the cons, lower survivability than some classes. It needs support from allies to perform. But I think, Selly Scourge is definitely S tier. It's going to be coming, guys. Everyone's going to be playing it. It's on its way. It's just too good. Tempest. Should I do Tempest? Why do I put Tempest, bro? Tempest is so easy to play. I think Tempest could be B tier. But in some hands, it could be S tier because it's so easy to play. I think we'll put B tier. Because overloads can get interrupted. The heal isn't bursty. It's not always, you can't always use it when you want to. but it's very easy to play. I think it's B tier. We didn't do Selly Renegade. Let's do Selly Renegade. S tier. Okay, the pros of Selly S tier Renegade. It has stun breaks, pain absorption, dwarf elite. It has stability road, low CD. It has elite, which is damage reduction from your team. It has pulls CONDIs and resistance, gives resistance. It has great survivability because you have resistance on some traits. It has decent survivability, especially if you're camping staff. It has great support for allies. Alacrity is the main one, right? Alacrity might not so much unless you camp a little bit longer in the legends and wait for the energy. Janus Elite, the damage reduction is insane though. It has good CC if you wanted to use it. Like you have a pull on melee leap, you have staff 5, you have shortbow 5, so it has access to crowd control. You could run a mobilize and some other stuff. If you played Scepter, you could pull as well. It's more condition coverage for the Condi group comp. You know, it's flexibility with supporting and dealing boon strip and, you know, some Condi damage. It's versatile. It can be melee and ranged as well because of the toolkits, because of the weapon kit. Like you have short bow for ranged if you want. You have staff for melee or if you play another weapon. Survivability is a little bit low because like you're pulling all Condis to you when you use your stun break, or your elite is a big cast time. I don't know, it's probably actually not that low compared to some classes. Actually, it just depends how you play. I think you can die on this quite easily if you misplay, but it's like every class, isn't it? I don't know. I've seen a lot of renegades keep dying, so maybe it's just me. I should not pay attention to these people. Yeah, it's got good survivability. What is the con on? It's got to be a con for this then. Is there no cons for Selly Rennie? Low damage. That's pretty much it, isn't it? Low damage. Right. Yeah, it's fucking unique. It's great. It's offensive support, versatile, damage reduction, stability, resistance. It's fucking insane. It's not niche because you play as many of these as possible. If you have Chrono in a party, then you probably won't put Rennie in a party with Chrono because the Chrono would do the alack. 2 Chronos in a 50-man, and then every single other party would have Rennie, 100%. There we go. I was in NA, playing NA last night or this morning. Not one Renegade in a 30-man squad, dude. What are you guys doing, dude? What are you doing? You guys are trolling, man. I was doing top strips on Condi Reaper in the squad. Top strips. You guys... We had no strips in the squad. No strips. I was doing double the strips of the next Necro. There was not one Renegade helping me out, bro. I was having to carry, hard carry. Anyway, what's next? Celestial Reaper, boys. Like, we're talking about it right now. So, on to the next one. Okay, it's gonna be S tier. You guys have been wanting to play Reaper for so long. Buff Reaper all the time. You're typing in my chat. Buff Reaper, buff Reaper, buff Reaper. And, well, they didn't need to buff it. They just needed to nerf... They needed to nerf all the other shit. Berserker, they nerfed Hollow. They nerfed Cleanse and Heals. And now Reaper is in the mix, boys. The pros of the chronomancer. High chill is insane. Chill is so strong, dude. And you can't cleanse that because it's in amongst all the other conditions. And it's just such an effective condition. It has okay survivability. The problem with it is when you're in Shroud, you're trying to do damage. But you are quite squishy still. You're not completely like immortal with that Shroud. Also, you can't get healed while in Shroud. But anyway, the health pool is pretty good on it. It has hard crowd control with like the elite and the greatsword pull and the Shroud 5 CC. It's pretty good. The boon strip is very, very strong. You know, it has again hybrid potential because of Sally gear, so it has a combination of power damage. So 3.5k Gravedigger, 4k Gravedigger. You know, Shroud 4 does pretty good power damage and poison and chill if you're spinning and using the combo finishers in a chill field. You know, the condition damage can actually hurt. I was killing people today, like 2k bleeds ticking on them. That's punishing, bro. They're trying to... They got... The bleeds last so long as well. Like, the duration of the Condi is so good, and it's just going to put those cleansers under so much pressure. They're going to have to really think about this Condi meta, and people are going to start having to adapt here. This could be disgusting. Some skills do have long animation cast time, making the Reaper a little bit vulnerable during those periods, but there we go. Yeah, Celestial Reaper offers unique condition pressure. Great CC, it's versatile, it's hybrid, You know, it's just perfect. It's perfect for the Condi comp. You've got burning, you've got weakness, you've got cripple, you've got fear, you've got all of the conditions now on the table, onto the enemy's face. Like all of the Condis are now on the. Now what do we need, boys? We need immobilize, and then we've done. That's all of the Condis. And what are we bringing, boys? Next, it's spellbreaker, boys. Selly warrior, and it's S tier. This just finishes off the comp, boys. Isn't it? This is the icing on the fucking, the cherry on the fucking, this is the flag in the fucking, on the moon, bro. The pros of the Selly Warrior. Immobilized, like I said. It's a great synergy with the Condi comp. You locking the enemies down, and amongst the barrage of conditions, you cannot cleanse it. Resistance is going to have to be spammed. And you're going to just have to pray to the cleanse gods. It has very, very high sustain. F2, insane sustain. It has fucking a trait where you can break immobilized if you get immobilized, so you can always leap around. You have great mobility. You have great access to boons, cleanse, stability, even barrier if you're taking Warhorn, which you probably are. Sword, Warhorn, Hammer. Has great boon strip as well. The elite bubble is great for zoning enemies to prevent pushes. It enables you to, you know, time to either focus on single targets or pause or strips, or you can literally just capitalize if the enemy keeps like if they keep pushing, advancing into your bubble, bro. Good luck. Yes, it's been nerfed, boys. Like Spellbreaker bubble got nerfed, but in this comp, it performs, it shines. What else? Boons contributes to cleanse as well. Oh, and finally, one more. It's got fucking CC as well, bro. Hard CC. Hammer, boys, is fucking strong, dude. The cons of Celestial Spellbreaker. The cons, melee, isn't it? I mean, it's melee. If you're not pushing in, bro, like, it's a bit, you're waiting, aren't you? You're waiting. I'm going to flurry in a minute. But, yo, you can move while you're flurrying now, at least. You know, they fixed that. But potentially exposes Warrior a little bit, like, because, like, limited engagement options. You can leap in. No, you can leap in and monkey a bit, though, can't you? Leap in, monkey a bit, F1, F2, get the fuck back, you know. But, yeah, it excels in providing frontline support and disruption, particularly synergy with the Condi-based comp. It has insane immobing, creates great opportunities for allies to just spit all Condis on top of them. They can, you know, then take the power burst from the other power classes. And, yeah, you're just splitting the stack with this. And, interrupting key skills on the enemy. I think if you get the timing right, boom. When the timing is right, dude, this fucking class can pop the fuck off, and that's why I'm putting it as S tier, to maximize the composition and to fully embrace this Condi meta that we're about to witness. Okay, next, boys, we need to wrap this up, dude. This is taking way too long. I wanted to make this like short and sweet. DPS Vindicator. Power Vindy, where's that going? Where do you think that's going? Is Power Vindy, would it suit the Condi meta? Would it suit Condi meta, guys? I'm going to go C tier. I don't think it has too many one-hit wonders. And versus Condi, I think it's locked into animations too much. I think it's just going to struggle in this meta. I think Power Vindy is not going to perform. Shut the fuck up! I'm sorry. I don't see it being good. Power Vert, I think it's C tier as well. I don't think it's that good. I think it's, if enemies pushing you, it's bad. I think that it won't have enough. It won't have enough on its kit to survive. I think if it does, then it's very selfish and it doesn't bring enough to the table to spike. I think it's clunky to use. If you have two verts and you try and focus like some targets with it, it might be okay. If you aren't pushing, how do you finish those downs? I think it's just too many ifs and buts on that class. If you can stop the enemy from pushing and it can free cast the entire time, might be really good. Could be B tier. We'll put it B. Power Tempest, I think B as well. Power DH, B. Power Berserker, A. And I think Hollow's S. I think DH is good on Core Guardian. DH may be good on like a reset when there's skill lag, because you can just hammer auto. But yeah, hammer auto against natural comp that can actually press buttons. Good luck. Good luck with that one. Good luck waving around your fucking hammer, bro. Yeah, we saw the rise of Guardians and Hammer Guards. It's Joe over, boys. If this Condi meta starts pumping, it's fucking Joe over. DPS Hollow is here to stay for now. Overheat has been nerfed, but we're still seeing this going to be the optimal choice for additional spike damage that you probably need, and extra cleave that you need to create down states. Well, that's not the problem. You can create them. It's to finish them. And I think Berserker may be really, really good. You know what? I should have done a Celestial or Condi Berserker, because that could be S tier. We could see Condi Berserker being very, very good, and because it brings the banner to stomp down. So this could be S tier, actually. But the power version, I don't think so. I don't think power version is going to be S tier. Hollowsmith is known for, you know, its ability just to do damage, and even with the nerf to overheat, it's still very, very good. Has crazy burst potential. It can eliminate priority targets, or it contributes significantly to just make downs, to finish downs. Cleaving is insane. You have acid bomb, e-gun 4 spike. You have rifle 5, jump shot spike. You have cleave with the flamethrower. You have, the Hollowsmith doing crazy damage in hollow form. In some situations, it's just pumping. It's a little bit squishy though, right? Low survivability, but it has insane burst. It can kill itself though sometimes. Kintos killed himself the other day with his blade burst into a reflect. So there is some yikes moments. But if you can get this in the hands of a god gamer and he doesn't fucking throw, you want maybe 4 of these in a 50-man. I think it's still really, really fucking strong, even if they nerfed the Prime Light Beam and Overheat. It suffers from low survivability, but it's high risk, high reward. For the whole comp is high risk, high reward, to be fair. It's devastating. It's excelling in the power department. So yeah, that's why I'm picking it as S tier. I think this is what's coming, boys. It's time to brace yourselves for impact. Time to buy up all the minus condition duration runes and food. Start crafting those cleansing sigils, boys. Time to hide in the walls. Start farming supply, boys, to build those walls and hide from the Condi comp. It's coming. You have every Condi in the game coming for you. You see this S tier, guys? It's coming for you. Okay? If you aren't playing this, then fine. Enjoy playing your mediocre A tier, B tier, C tier, D tier meta. But the Condi meta is here. It's coming. It's been on NA. It's crossed the fucking ocean now. And it's time to embrace Condi meta. It's time to play Condi. It's time, boys. It's time. Never been a better time right now to do it. It's time to go and join the Condi circus. Yes, it is. It's time to join the Condi circus.
My name is Jeff.
My name's Jeff, and I've been your host today. Thanks for watching the show. I'm not going anywhere. Anyway.
Remember last week when Parrish was laughing at groups using the Condi meta?
I'm not fucking leaving.
What do you mean? I'm just laughing all the time. What do you mean? I'm just laughing. I'm just having a great time.